son, I'm loving for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. Put the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Well, Coach, as far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Foot, blue 80. 3. Undercut.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota, he sets to fire into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention, but sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Check, 47. You want this.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
Yeah, let's go sandwich.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And he connects with Ebron. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, it's Rosen. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen.
And that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Sanders' kick is good. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
This fielded at the 2. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Broncos have taken the lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Escaping the pressure right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Rosen. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now Rosen looking to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 24 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a 1st down.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now it's Lindsey. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Mariota eluding the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Charles Harris. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Watch the run. Check. Where are they, King? Check. Tighten up. Where are they good?
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Mariota got a man that's complete to Hamilton. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. To throw is Mariota. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Mariota now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, 28 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 38, Rosen. Johnson's got it complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the 1st half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Rosen now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Rosen will throw. And Stills bringing it in. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Rosen. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from 2 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check. One. Hey, Mike 52. Delta. Target.
3rd and long here for Mariota. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
After the interception, here's Rosen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Johnson the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
It is such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rosen. But he hits his tight end, Ebron. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On play action, Rosen. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Von Miller, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Well, the pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
And they'll indeed go for it with Rosen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On 1st down, it's Hunt, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action here with Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Where are they, team? We own it. We own them.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. DJ Reader in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Check 52's the mic.
Mariota from the gun on third down. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
12 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Going deep here for Stills. And this is going to be intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
They'll go again with Lindsey. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rosen. Flush to his right. Now he's going to sit. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Here's Rosen. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
6-6, bullet hot.
Here's Hunt, and an alley to run. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw, got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Rosen to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll run again with Hunt. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Sanders' kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds...
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready, because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.
Ladies and gentlemen,